to Centurion's Corner, and today we are reviewing from Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 3 and number 42 in the actual figure line for it as well, the Imperial Armoured Commando. Now these guys look fantastic when they hit the screens. Unfortunately it's taken a little while to come out onto the figure form, to be honest with you. We've had so many Mandalorians and reuse, but we got these guys eventually, and I really love these guys. A little bit slightly different design when they appeared on Rebels. But yeah, I kind of waited for those figures for a while, especially when they started releasing the Rebel figures. I thought we might go down that route, but they never did. But now we have them in our little grips. So yeah, looking pretty cool. He's got that orange transcending through the actual kind of card on there as well. We've got a sort of an Imperial blaster down here and a pistol and his little jetpack at the top there, and looking pretty nice and shiny as well. On this side, we got him just standing there. He kind of, the helmet looks a little bit strange there. Looks a little bit too thin, but I never really got a close-up kind of look at these guys. I kind of miss those sort of visual dictionaries that we used to get way back when. It would be quite nice to have a few of those, especially for these newer seasons and stuff, so we can get a really good look at the costumes and the characters as well that are in the background. We've got a little bit of a bio up here, same picture again, number 42. As I said, going around to this side, we've just got that little line coming down here, and he's back to the front. So I guess without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Here he is out of his packaging and looking pretty cool. Just get a first impression, so we just pop him out like so. And it would be quite nice to get quite a few of these. I'm more of a sort of a one figure collector, unfortunately, but I do really like these designs. It looks great. The armour downside looked pretty cool. The actual paintwork looks nice and crisp as well, and he feels cool as well. So I can't wait to go away, pose him up, put him through his poses, and we'll see you in a mo. We've been away, we've taken his pictures, and what can I say about this figure right from the get-go? Well, as soon as you get him out of the box, or even before you get him out of the box, you can see how cool he is, and he lives up to that as well with all the sort of new articulation and other bits that we got from Black Series. Unfortunately, the lack of sort of like fire swivel is a little bit annoying. That's probably my only sort of gripe about this guy, but yeah, he's looking really nice. So he comes with 3 accessories, first of which is this kind of sort of like a bit of an E11 blaster here. You can see it holds it in his hands very nicely. Just to get it out and have a bit of a closer look. So it's all done in a sort of like a matte black plastic, which is really nice. We've even got silver as well painted on here, and a little bit of silver there, which is pretty good for standards of Black Series. Normally we get like those horrible grey looking guns that kind of look like they're made of Coca-Cola and boiled, but yeah, this is really good and really nice little details down here. We've got the stock, and we've got the other stock that would fold up underneath there, which is a bit of the E11 with a longer barrel as well. Pretty much the same details on the other side, just lacking the silver parts as well. So yeah, but that silver there does go all the way around, which is really nice. The other one that he comes with is his little standard little blaster down here. So we've got the little pin section on there. I haven't plugged it in there. This feels really thin. I could imagine that little strap there ripping, but we can take this out and get a closer look at that as well. So it's kind of, again, it looks a bit like the old standard Imperial pistol as well. Little clip at the front, a little bit square based, if I might say so, and he does fill it into his fingers really well. I do prefer him with the pistol rather than the rifle. It's really good. It kind of looks like he's got a trigger finger on this side, so you can flip it over, but that trigger finger there isn't separate from the hand, so you won't be able to get the actual sort of trigger going through there. So if you did want to do that, you need to knife it, but it's kind of sort of standard there for the stock of the other gun. And then these other accessory, if you want to call it accessory, really it's just kind of like the necessary of the backpack, which is removable. You can take it off. It just plugs into a standard 3-hole socket there on the back, and it doesn't fall out hardly, just sort of like fits in, and it just feels secured for life, to be honest with you. So that is pretty good. So with that, we can go into his articulation, and the articulation really for this guy, yeah, I would say it's pretty good. It's just this bit down here is really annoying. So head-wise, we got a little bit of sort of movement in there, a little bit of tilt. Head-wise, it got the lower ball joint and the upper ball joint in the helmet as well. There's nothing up there. It's not like a removable helmet or anything. It's just literally the ball joint straight up into the helmet. But yeah, you got full rotation all the way around here and all that movement as well. So you can look down this far and look up this far. Kind of wish you could look up a tiny little bit more and tilt back a bit more so we could get a nice flying pose there. Unfortunately, arm-wise, you can rotate, but it's a little bit hindered by this shoulder belt here. So it's going to come up and you're going to sort of like have to come out this way and around. Arms come up this far, got a nice butterfly joint in there as well, and then we got the swivel at the elbow on a single elbow joint that comes up to about 90. We've got swivel at the bracelet, which is nice, rotation at the wrist, and then on the hinge these go up and down. It's the same on both sides, left, right at the ab crunch, forward this much, this back, and then we've got a little bit of tilt on there as well, which is nice. Leg wise, we got forward, we got back, and the legs can come up this wide here. And unfortunately, this is all you get for that rotation. You can't hardly rotate around. It would be quite nice here where we could have the old swivel, because it'd be hindered and hidden by this kind of thigh armor. So yeah, swiveling it around on this bit is really annoying. And then we got rotation at the knee there, and then it's on a single knee joint coming up to this far. Again, it would be quite nice to have a little bit of soft goods coming up. Well, not soft goods, but soft vinyl for that kneecap. So it's kind of like hidden on the knee rather than sort of being up on the air there, because it looks like he's broken his leg. But it's the way that they do it. And then we got the rocker and the pivot at the ankle there, so going down this far, which is good. So yeah, articulation isn't too bad. I mean, really nice articulation at the upper arm. Yes, we can't do a full rotation because of the hinderness of the armor, but we never really raise their arms up that high anyway. But yeah, it's just down here on the legs, which is a big shame. But yeah, going through that, we could actually go through the guys' kind of looks. And yeah, the helmet is pretty cool. It's kind of nice to have these in hands. As I said at the beginning, you only see them on screen for so small sections. Unless you're pausing and really taking notice in, it's sometimes nice to get some of these figures in there. So yeah, we've got the light grey around on the side with this sort of like the black vents and the little black there, but there's also extra detailing just on the inside here. You can see that kind of moldness marks around. So yeah, details that I wouldn't really sort of necessarily pick up. Would have thought it was smooth, but yeah, there's little lines and extra kind of detail in there on the front of the mask. Same around on the side, a little bit of silver at the top there, nice bit on the back there as well. So yeah, it's got quite a few paint apps on there. Coming down to his chest armor, it's like asymmetrical as well, which you've got this extra little part up here. I guess it's sort of like shoulder rockets or whatnot, which going into his armor on this side. And then you've got some insignia kind of parts on there, so I don't know what kind of ranking this one is. And on the side there, got some extra bit of red. And then going down to his ab section as well, which is done in this really nice Imperial grey, slightly darker than the actual paint on the actual helmet as well. So I guess maybe it's supposed to be the same. But yeah, this one here, it's done in that plastic there. Extra more insignias on the side there. We've got the braces with the wrist rocket and red paint as well. So again, looking really Imperial, looking really white, but also including those sort of Mandalorian parts. And the extra paint apps as well on these gauntlets makes it really stand out, which is good. And again, the insignia on that side as well. Coming down to his legs, gets a little bit more basic there with that kind of sort of grey-green khaki kind of undersuit that he's got on there. On the side, you've got his like knee pads or thigh pads, and down to his knees and onto his boots. Yeah, so yeah, looking really cool, really nice figure. And yeah, I'm glad that they brought these guys out. They just look really, really cool. I think it's one of my newest kind of Imperial troopers for sure. I really like them. You know, maybe next up to the standard Stormtrooper, and then I do like the Biker Scouts as well. For me though, the Snow Trooper is really low down on my list. I know a lot of people rate it really high, but for me it just never got that kind of look. But yeah, what do you think of this guy? Do you think he's really worth it? Because I think so. And just bringing a couple more Mandalorians just for size comparisons, and the standard kind of Stormtrooper here on the side, and get him to stand up. So yeah, he fits in just nicely, not oversized, not too small and all that. This guy ain't standing for anyone, but there you go. So yeah, looking pretty cool. So let me know what in the thoughts or what you think down below. Are you kind of like happy that these guys are out? Let me know. Are you going to army build? And you can do the comments down below. You can subscribe, you can ding the bell, you can follow me on Instagram, and until next time, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.